Hey folks, I got what should be a quick one for you today. So you may have noticed in the past, I don't know, 3 years that I've owned this Jeep, I have a Bestop Trektop NX on the back of this thing, which if you ask me is probably one of the better looking and better functioning tops for an off-roaded Jeep LJ. Today, I'm going to show you some tricks for getting the back window in on the Trektop NX on the Jeep LJ, because it's not as easy as you might think. So stay tuned. Folks, remember, you can like and subscribe this video. That helps me out. If you want to help me monetarily, do so via Patreon, patreon.com/SWBCrawler. If you want some cool crawler gear, stuff with my logo on it, this isn't my logo, shirts, sweatshirts, even friggin' stretch pants with my logo on it, go ahead and head over to teespring.com/shops, I think, /SWBCrawler. Link is in the video description. So hit those up, that'll help me out. All right, folks, so obviously I don't have the side windows in just yet. I'm going to try two methods. One of them is one I don't use, but I've never tried, so I thought I would try it and see how it works out. The other is the method that I actually use when I'm putting in the top. Now, another thing I want to show you quick, and this is sort of a testament to how much these things actually have to stretch in order to fit properly. So if you bought a brand new Trektop NX, you're going to have trouble getting this back window in. And there's videos from Bestop about how to get them installed, and it involves loosening up the top and pulling it up out of the way, so off of the roll cage, so that you can get the zippers to line up. I didn't know that when I first installed it, and because of that, I got these pulls in the zipper, the seam there where the zipper attaches to. All right, so I wrote Bestop about it, and they were cool about it, and they sent me a new back window. However, this window doesn't leak or anything, so I use it, right? I've been using it for the past 3 years. I don't know. I don't know if I should feel bad about that. Did I cheat Bestop? I don't know. But I want to show you this. I'll get close to the camera so you can see it. See how this is pulled outward, and this is almost flush with the edge of this rail? Today, because someone on LJ Nation was asking about this back window, which is what inspired me to make this video, I pulled the brand new window out of the box, and here it is. Look at that. That's like a full 1.5 inches. That's how much my window has stretched over the course of using it. So this is what you're fighting against when you're installing the window brand new. All this plastic heats up over the years and pulls outward and stretches. No wonder this seam rips. I can't believe that Bestop sells them like this. I don't know. There must be a reason for that. I guess it's to keep the top really tight. I don't know. But the point is, I don't know. It's tricky. I'm going to get this out of the way, and I'll show you how to put the window back in. All right, so I'm back. The first thing you have to do, no matter which way you're installing this, is get the side windows in. So I'll do that in just a minute, but here's the things I'm going to try today. So the way I normally install the back window is the way I just described. You get the side windows lined up, you get the tops attached, not the rails on the bottom. Then you undo these, which is what holds the back of the top down. Push it up past the top of the roll cage, get the two zippers started, pull it back down, reattach these, tighten them up, and then finish putting the side windows in. The other way to do it, and I never believed this was going to work, which is why I don't do it this way. You undo the Sunrider. So at the moment I have the Sunrider open because that's the position I had it in when I pulled it in the garage anyway, and I got to pull it out of the garage to close it anyway. So they say if you undo the Sunrider, fold it back, then put the back window in, then close the Sunrider, it gives you enough slack back here to get the back window in. Now I don't think that'll work on a brand new window because of what I just showed you, but it might work on my window that's been used for several years. So I'm going to try that, and we'll see if it works. If it does work, it could mean it'll be a little bit easier time for me getting the back window in when I do this. So here we go. For the side windows, you can't see me, but maybe I'll record better on the other side. The side windows, you basically use the Velcro to hold them in place, and then get the zipper started. So the fisheye on the GoPro probably means you can't see a lot of detail here, but basically underside of here is Velcro. Here is Velcro. That's what holds, that's what covers up this zipper at the top and keeps it weather resistant. What I do is I line this up and I use the Velcro to hold the window up in place. Then I get the zipper started. Now with this, I can tell you already that with this Sunrider open, it's harder to get to these zippers. That's a negative in my opinion, because this is one of the hardest parts, I think, to getting these windows back in. Getting these zippers on here. With the Sunrider closed, these are easy to get to. I guess if I were doing this outdoors, I could close the Sunrider, or at least fold it out of the way, and then get these started. Yeah, this is a pain. You really can't get in here. Whew. Real pain. Come on, get on there. Oh, come on, get off of there. Okay. Zipper started. I basically just zipper the side up all the way because it needs to hold it in place for this, right? That's how all that goes. There's more Velcro and whatnot. Okay, the next thing to do is get the back window lined up. So as you saw on the window, there's a zipper on each side, obviously, and then there's this rail across the top. I don't know how well you can see that on the GoPro, but rail. Okay, so the way you do this, you get the window, so I hit the camera, get the side window out of the way, get the upper rail started at one end. You'll hear it kind of snap in there, and then this just slides across. Okay, so there it started. Now, one side of this zipper will always be easy because there's plenty of freedom. And there's that one started. Now this side, it's pretty close. That might do it. Look at that. It does work. Nice. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the Jeep out, close the Sunrider, undo both sides of that, and see if I can do it again with the Sunrider closed. If I can't, I'll show you the other method. All right, so now the Sunrider is latched, but the sides aren't in yet because you have to have the sides out to get the front of these side windows in, right? So I don't want to do that just yet. So that's worth mentioning. The front of this window, there's a rail. Do not attach that until you have the rear window in. All right, let's see what happens here. I can tell you already, this feels like it's going to work. So I think, obviously I haven't done this much since last winter, or last summer. It could be that this is stretched over the winter, and that's why. Last summer, I absolutely could not get this zippered without doing the trick I'm about to show you. But first, I'm going to see if this will zipper just the way it is and see if it was any better with the Sunrider open or not. So, again, we'll get the easy side done. Easy. And then here's the other side. Yeah, this will fit, I think. Yep, almost in there. It is a little harder, but that could be anything. I mean, it's really, really close. Problem is getting your hands on these things. It's just really tough. There we go. So yeah, there it is. Either it stretched over the winter or I've been doing work for no reason. I don't know. But I'm going to show you the way to get this attached by loosening things up. All right, so I've got, assume you're putting the top on. Side windows are in just like I showed you. You got zipper on one side started. This one, you just cannot get it stretched in there. Or maybe you're installing the top brand new. If you're installing the top brand new, this is the same deal. Again, front edge is not connected. Bottom rail's not connected. This not connected. Just pretty much you've got the main body of the top on. You have the zipper started on either side window on the tops, because that's the only zippers you have on those. Okay, then these things here are what tighten the top down. Loosen them up. Unlatch them, or at least that one. You may have to do both. I'll do both just for the sake of demonstration. Okay, then basically take this top, lift it up off of the roll cage. Now you've got all this play here. I don't know if you can see that on the video. You've got all this play here to get this connected. Let me, I don't know, see if I can get a better video of this. So you'll see, with everything in the right place, this is close. Still shadowy here, isn't it? This is close. You can almost get that on there. With the brand new window, this zipper is more or less over here, not up there. It's almost impossible to get attached. So what you do is you lift this up, you bring this up, and now look at all the overlap you have. You get that started. See if I can do it one-handed. Look at that. And then there you go. Start your zipper. I can't start the zipper one-handed. All right, and then once it's started, you just pull this all back down in place. And then you can zipper it right up. Good to go. All right. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful. Basically, I'm just going to get the top on the rest of the way. If you really want to see how the rest of it goes, I'll record it quick, and if anybody really wants to see it, you know, I'll share it. But basically, it's just finish up these zippers, get those back in place, and then get all the rails in, and then it's done. One thing to mention, it's really easy to get this thing off center. At the corners here, there's a capture bend that's supposed to help you line it up. Realistically, if you miss that bend, it just bends it out of the way, and then of course your brackets are damaged. It should fit in there easy with no fights, and it should come right up to the edges. If you're beyond the edges, it just bends them, which kind of sucks. These front rails here go into this, just like the factory top does. I start at the top, roll it in, and then roll the whole way down. It's a little tricky at the bend here, but you can just sort of use mechanical advantage to your advantage there. There you go. Same deal with this thing. Now you'll notice these roughly mark where there are splits in the, turn you guys a little bit this way. these tabs here roughly mark where there's splits in the rail. So at the splits, you got to make sure you get the next one started before the one before it is finished. Otherwise, you'll have a real hard time getting the next one in. And there's one here, little tiny tab, and then a flat one right here. So basically do that, then get this guy, and then get this guy, which is always the hardest one. And there it is. Okay, also make sure up here that there's a crossbar that goes across the back of this main body of the top. Make sure that you have this on the outside of it, and then this over top of the whole thing. Of course, make sure you finished up the zippers on the sides. Make sure that the Velcro is all in place. Make sure this is all the way zipped. This clips into here. Then this goes over it and clips in. That keeps the water out of there. As you can tell, the gaps I have up here, they're covered by this flap, so they've never been a problem. Someday, if this window ever gets damaged, I'll have that other one to fall back on. All right, then you repeat the same thing on the other side. The only thing left is the rails right above the doors, and that's just like factory. Kind of roll them in, same way. The other side is the exact same deal. So I think you don't need to watch me do the other. There you have it, folks. That's how you get the back window in. Like I said, this one's stretched over time. When they're newer, like I said, last summer, I could not get this thing in without loosening it up like I just showed you. They do loosen up over time. It takes time. I've had this top 3.5 or 4 years, I think. So this all came about because somebody on a Facebook group that I'm in called LJ Nation. If you own an LJ and you want a good community of folks specific to this model of Jeep, go look up LJ Nation. Good group of people. Anyway, it came up because they were asking the size of this window, probably because they were having trouble fitting it in. So I'm hoping to maybe, if that's the problem they're having, I'll show them this video. Maybe it'll help them. So anyway, folks, remember, you can like and subscribe this video. That helps me out. If you want to help me monetarily, do so via Patreon, patreon.com/SWBCrawler. If you want some cool crawler gear, stuff with my logo on it, this isn't my logo, shirts, sweatshirts, even friggin' stretch pants with my logo on it, go ahead and head over to teespring.com/shops, I think, /SWBCrawler. Link is in the video description. So hit those up, that'll help me out. But like I said, the big thing I'm pushing for right now is subscribers. I am about 300 away from 1,000 subscribers. At that point, I get back into the YouTube Partner Program, and that'll be cool. So, yeah. Keep on watching, folks. Remember, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.